Our poll question today that folks voted on the app, is it still 3-1 to close up the polling?
78-22. Should pass interference be reviewable?
Yes or no? What would you vote
Absolutely,
on that?
100% it should be reviewable. Plus, the other thing about pass interference is that it should absolutely just be a 10-yard. You might want to make it 15. That's fine.
Well, wouldn't people used to be grabbing down the field?
That's what everybody says. It's a pile of crap. It doesn't happen in college football, does it? No, it rarely happens that a guy who gets beat just tackles a guy in college football.
I've heard
Eric
that
for some all numbers. The time. What is it?
I asked Eric for some numbers on that. Plays of 25 yards or more where there was defensive pass interference. Last season, 59 plays. The season before, 57. Season before that, 57. So it's in that 50 to 55 range of 25 yards or more, where a quarter of the field is.
I just think it's ridiculous. It's not worth it, especially with all of the ticky-tack pass interference calls that you get. You know, I mean, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie got a horrible,
dreadful
pass interference call the other day.
I can't recall a worse one.
I mean, there was no. He barely touched the guy, Brashad Perryman. And then you see the Seattle game. You see the Seattle game, and at the end of the game, the last play where Richard Sherman has. And look, whatever you can get away with is fine. But all I'm saying is anybody who watches that play, Richard Sherman should have got flagged for defensive pass interference.
Well, while you're on a roll, what's your concern about the excessive celebration? You said going to break. Are you concerned about the flags being thrown, or there is too much celebration in the league?
No, I'm much more concerned about the flags that are being thrown. And, you know, look, I think that when you flag Vernon Davis for excessive celebration, which is the only reason why the NFL got its first kickoff return for touchdown, Wendell Smallwood for Philadelphia. That's the only reason, because he got to actually field a ball field a kickoff in the field of play. But what I think is ridiculous about it is that there are some things that whatever the letter of the law is, okay, you can't use the ball as a prop. So Vernon Davis was pretending that the ball was a basketball and he's shooting it calmly, gently, not showing up anybody. And yet, if you stand up and you're Steve Smith and you spin the ball, you're using that as a prop. You're using the ball as a top. So what in the world are you doing penalizing this? Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't think you should penalize spinning it like a top either. But it's totally absurd that you're penalizing people for doing things that don't show anybody up.
Well, I love Vernon Davis. You know, he's one of the nicest guys out there. But I am kind of mandated to say that may not have been the rule the last time he scored a touchdown in the National Football League. Is that wrong?
In the prehistoric day, just back in the day?
Just got to point out the... And I love Vernon Davis, even though that statement belies the other statement. Yes, it is.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.